Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Flying and Eating. Today, let's go somewhere and do something, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey guys, it's Adam here. On the previous episodes of Flying and Eating, I made my way out to Hong Kong and Macau, which are, of course, special autonomous regions within China that are and are not China at the exact same time. It has been quite the journey. We've talked about food, we've talked about history, we've shown unbelievable views, and so much more. But now, we're going to wrap it up here with this is the last episode of this series. There is one more romp to be had in the Las Vegas of Asia.
Good morning. Look, you can see me in the mirror. There's multiple me's, and you can see Megalink right there. It's weird. Anyway, day unknown for the whole trip, day 2 in Macau here, and we're going to do the breakfast thing. We're doing it at the hotel because it's got like an all-you-can eat buffet, and our credit card's working, so we're going to go, after this, we'll go out of the town though.
So the buffet, steamed dumplings, gluttonous rice chicken, cooked corn, so some like more Asian things, so like we have beef noodles, minced beef rice, white rice. Then we started getting into British breakfast territory. You have baked beans, you have chicken sausage, you have bacon. They also put bread underneath, which is a really smart idea because it absorbs all the grease. And then you have what they call deep fried potatoes, which is really just hash browns, but that's good. There's more bread there. Megalink's over there getting a special omelet made for him, juices, that stuff, and then just things like, you know, vegetation, meat slices, all that sort of stuff. Over here we got oatmeal, we have congee. I don't know what that is. Probably like grits. So I did kind of a mix of things. I've got various noodles and bacon and dim sum and rice and yeah, good stuff. Megalink forced me to get fruit, but he was kind of right. The last time I had fruit was in that the McDonald's like cocktail drink. I respect that. You were oddly mature right there. You're welcome. It was good. Sustenance, hearty meal. Thoughts?
The sausages tasted like hot dogs.
Well, they were chicken sausage, to be fair.
But everything else was really good, basically.
We're full. That's all that matters. Now we're going to go explore. We're going to take you to a couple of things. One in particular is supposed to be like the definitive Portuguese ancestry thing to look at. Not to be confused with Bill Portugal's statue up there. I think that was his name, the inventor of Portugal. That's him. We are getting close to one of the more iconic Portuguese sites, and as you do, you can tell the rest of the area really very Portuguese. We just climbed up these stairs. That's something I don't miss from Portuguese construction. You guys got to stop that. Yeah, these remind me of Portuguese roundabouts. Anybody out there who's ever been to Portugal, please tell me you're getting the same vibes I am. This just is cray-cray. So Macau is obviously not a particularly big place. There's basically these 2 islands. We're effectively staying on just the one. Most of its history is no more because it was never that big of a Portuguese port, but it did have some station. But the thing is, most of its modern history is, of course, all the casino stuff, which we showed you. So there's very little of the actual, like, true Portuguese relics from, like, when they actually truly controlled it in more of an imperial sense. But to that effect, there is at least one, the definitive one, and that's what you're about to see. As you can see, this area is always popular for a reason, because the old church, which annoyingly is under renovation right now on both sides. Yeah, this is effectively what you're supposed to look at, but unfortunately they've got scaffolding here. The other side has scaffolding as well, but all the same, there it is. We did see it. However, when you look out, you'll also see actually a pretty good view of the Macau skyline, including, of course, the Grand Lisboa. Well, there it is, St. Paul's Church, and the Sega Pluto has hit up another required tourist destination. It was inevitable. Well, there it is. I'm sorry that it's under scaffolding and stuff, nothing I could do about that, but I did show it to you. If you're ever in Macau, this is like the most obvious historical touristy thing to go scope out. And to be fair, you actually get a very good view of modern Macau, particularly that thing. I can't stress this enough. This is a super walkable place. If it weren't for the heat, the humidity, and of course, rain, which fortunately it's not doing at the moment, but it will. As you can see by just the plethora of tourists, this is the definitive thing. You got people with selfie sticks, the photos. I'm not the weird one here. Everyone else is. No, I'm weird. I could be wrong, but I believe this gentleman on the left in the statue is Portuguese, and the woman on the right is Chinese, and I believe this is supposed to symbolize when they met, when Portugal met China, per se. You can see the church up there from that angle. And because from this particular angle you can't see the scaffolding, it actually looks like it's supposed to, which is nice. Oh, this is still Macau, but if you look back there, that's actually mainland China back there. We can't go there, obviously, but you can see there's like a river port and stuff like that that kind of passes between the two. But yeah, that's it. Mainland China. We got permission to come over here, so this is still Macau. That boat's going to Hong Kong, but right there, that's mainland China. Legally speaking, we cannot go over there, again, without a visa. But it's very cool to see. This is the closest we've ever been to it. It's so close that when we were on the boat here, my phone started using their internet. In fact, I don't know if yours has been doing this. I'm getting weather updates for that side instead of this one. Okay, so the Sega Pluto hasn't actually been to mainland China, but this kind of counts. That's as far as it's gonna get. It's right there. Can't go, but it's right there. So Macau is mostly an island. It's more thought of as a peninsula. However, the chunk that's land-based, from what I can tell, we didn't go there, but from what I can tell, they built like a man-made, like, almost like a moat, and I assume that was to make the border that much more definitive, but I'm sure it technically shares an actual land border somewhere. Though I will say it kind of gives me Gibraltar vibes, where you get up to the physical land border and all the border in general, and there's just like fencing everywhere. Also very much worth noting, we were told that Macau did not drive on the left like the UK, but they do. They drive the same way as Hong Kong. I mean, I like when my bread wishes me all the best. We decided to stop in at a Starbucks. This one had special cold brews. This one's like a honey grapefruit cold brew. I'll show you when I get it. And I got some pastel de nata. Would you like to try some?
Yes.
All right. Starbucks takes credit cards here. Some of the American chains like McDonald's and stuff don't, but Starbucks does. So this is my honey grapefruit cold brew. It's actually huge. And there's my pastel de nata, the traditional on the left, and the mocha on the right. I decided to treat homie to some pastel de nata. You ready?
Yes.
Go ahead. Give it a shot. Use your hands, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's the traditional one, everybody. Big Portuguese treat. The egg tart, as it's sometimes known. Thoughts? Egg cream thing. The pastel de nata is not bad. It's kind of what I would expect a Starbucks version to be. Mocha's interesting, but I'm not gonna lie. This grapefruit cold brew coffee, I wish that was a thing in other places. This is great, but I also really like grapefruit, which I know not everybody does. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Biblioteca está aquí. All right, we've been out video game hunting and all that fun stuff. Decided to stop back at the hotel, enjoy the air conditioning, recharge our phones, and get electrolytes. I can't stress this enough. This is basically Gatorade. Thing is, obviously water, great for you, but it doesn't, give your electrolytes back. That whole thing, Brondo's got what plants crave. Idiocracy. The electrolytes thing is real, but it's good for humans. So Gatorade's good for that. There is smart water that has it, but this seems to be some sort of Chinese brand one, and I thought it looked good. And of course, I am an addict, so I had to get a coffee as well. We have now resumed our video game hunting, which don't worry about that. But what's interesting is we're now at like kind of the north part of the main island of Macau. And to get from our hotel to here, we decided to actually spring for a cab, which kind of difficult because no Ubers, so like you can't really order it. You basically had to have the hotel do it. And the driver only spoke Cantonese, which was fine. They communicated where we want to go. But the big thing was, it was only about $5, so we didn't mind the money. It was more like, how do you logistically do this? Anyway, so now we're going to look for video games. And this is a hair cuttery, which I normally wouldn't point out, except there's this awesome artwork of psychotic Woody with like a clown mask. And then on this side, there was like this cool depiction of Buzz Lightyear in like a helmet getting his hair cut. That's weird, but awesome. So check this out. Right there, that fence with the framing, the wiring, that's actually the mainland Chinese border, not surprisingly. So it's like close enough we could just throw stuff over it if we really wanted to. Probably not a great idea. But also over there, that's like, we see all those buses going. That's like the actual border control to get from Macau over into mainland China, which again, we are not eligible to do. But China's right there, dude. Yeah, being this close to the border, my phone's getting a little confused. It keeps kind of swapping between Macau and mainland Chinese internet, which I'm actually shocked it can do that. Well, yeah. And I'm also getting a lot of weather updates for the other side. But look, a McDonald's. So this is a little bit of how the northern part of of Macau looks. Granted, we're now walking south. We're walking back towards our destination. But we wanted to give you a little semblance of what the Chinese border is like, the land border. Kind of interesting to see a Taiwanese restaurant here for obvious reasons. And homie is scoping out Pizza Smile, which would definitely not make me smile. Observation. So the northern part of Macau, that seems to be where like the actual permanent population lives. Granted, small population, like we said before. The center is basically like tourists and the southern part is all the casinos, which also be tourists. I could be wrong, but I think that's the first time I've actually seen the Portuguese flag like actually displayed anywhere. We've got a mini pet shop, and there we are, little mini kitties. Meow. Hello. They like Megalink. Homie just taught me something. That is the Portugal coat of arms. It's on their flag, and if it's not the coat of arms, he was wrong. Blame him. Check it out, we got cans of Pepsi with Astrobot all over them. Okay, I have no idea what this is called, but it's product of the Coca-Cola company. It's like fruit juices, but cool. So it's been a bit. We are now back in the casino area with Casino Lisboa and the Grand Lisboa, and I wanted to point this out to my fellow nerds. This casino is the inspiration in the game Sonic Adventure for Casino Polis, or Casino Polis. Accidentally, yeah, that's the one. I accidentally saw a video game historic site, and ironically I left the Pluto back at the hotel. Oops. It didn't play on the Pluto anyway. I would have better brought a Dreamcast, like a whole thing. So we're inside the Grand Lisboa, and inside they have a buffet called the Round the Clock. Anyway, I assume it's 24 hours because that's how it's gigantic buffet. A little pricey, but it kind of reminds me of like the Caesar's Palace buffet in Vegas, which is like high-end stuff. I got some good things here. Yeah, so we got like beef ribs, we got, or spare rib, we got chicken, we got some various dumplings. I just tried samples of stuff, fried rice, noodles, and there's way more. Like they got king crab, shrimp, all sorts of seafood. We got Canadian wood green whelk. I don't know what that is. But yeah, lots of stuff. We also got this guy. He's got, look at that. He's got crab legs.
Oysters.
Oh yeah.
This is a lobster mango salad. I've never heard of that.
You ain't playing, dude. Enjoy yourself. And we got ooh, crawfish, vanilla flavored. What the hell? Yeah, salad bar, all that fun stuff. Yeah, lots and lots of good stuff here. Caprese salad. So he just downed something out of a clamshell. He had this look on his face that I wish I had recorded.
Oh my goodness.
I think he's happy.
This is so good.
At the time we're here, it happens to be Father's Day. So, hey, congrats, son.
Yes, thank you, Father.
I'm old. They gave us some free soup. It's got chicken feet in it, so I don't really think I'm going to eat that. I know I'm very white. But it also came with like a chocolate cigar that just says Super Papa. That's kind of cute. So away from the food area, where there's another one, we'll show you that. There's also a drink area, so it's just full of various drinks, all free, all carb. Well, not free, but we prepaid, so you can have whatever you like. Got myself an iced tea. I put lemon in it, and they have little, espresso pods. Put it in there, and I did it in Mandarin. I'm proud of myself. Okay, it might be Cantonese. I can't tell. I'm sorry. All right, second section here. We've got things like beef tripe, pork sliced knuckles, a lot of stuff I'm not necessarily going to do, but we also have roast duck. I'm going to be all over that. Chicken, grilled ribs. Okay, this looks like a lot of good stuff. I'm gonna have to indulge. Ooh, and a sushi bar. Yes, 1,000 times yes. So here's my round 2 plate. I got some sushi, I got some suckling pig, some roast like barbecue pig, and some duck. Did you do that lamb leg thing?
Not yet.
All right, like there's a dude just there who's like, I'm gonna cut this for you. All right, we are at the dessert section. We got like basically, custard things, lots of pastel de nata, Portuguese egg creams, a lot of stuff I've never seen before. We got fruit sections, ice cream section, and then over here we got kind of fancy schmancy. We got cheesecakes, we got blueberry mousse. Like, I have to think about this one. Wow, that's just a lot of crazy awesome stuff. So this is the thing that broke him: steamed abalone with tangerine dried peel. Like, I wish you could have that again for the first time, because the look on your face, I had never seen him look like that. It was probably the same look that when he lost his virginity. Like, it was a big one. All right, here's my round 3. Now, caprese salad, the one at the top there, is one of my favorite things in this world. You would never believe it, but it's just tomatoes, basil, and mozzarella cheese. Kind of basic ingredients on a pizza, minus the actual like cooking and the crust. The only thing they do that I don't like is they add balsamic vinaigrette, which is common. I just do it without that personally when I prepare it myself. More fried rice, because oddly enough, this was the only time I've had fried rice in this entire trip. And white rice, because gold standard. So we got some dessert time. I don't know what any of these are really called, except for the pastel de nata. I know that's like a Portuguese eclair. That was like a blueberry cheesecake or something. I don't really know, and I don't really know. There was something called a cinnamon cake. I didn't even heard of that, but I didn't grab it. We'll see what homie does. Right now he's just sucking down clams. It's the New England in him, he can't help it. Social observation. We are the only two white dudes we have seen in the entirety of Macau.
At least today. Yesterday there was like one group. But
Did we see a white? We did. We saw some Australians. We saw some Australians yesterday.
Yes. In the Portuguese group.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But like outside of that, like it's kind of cool because we get stared at a lot. So he and I were just chit-chatting, and I know we've kind of mentioned it before. Macau is not a place that Americans typically go. I think I've said this already, but I read some stats. Apparently less than 200,000 Americans per year ever come here in any context. And that's like includes dual citizenship people and stuff. So people of Portuguese descent, Asian, Chinese descent specifically, etc. But that means that they don't see a lot of us. It's kind of odd as the Americans wandering around because everybody was very friendly to us. Everybody catered to the fact that we speak English. We actually haven't heard too many Portuguese. But what's especially interesting about it is that when it's so unique, when anybody figures out that we're Americans, there's always kind of like this holy crap kind of look on their face. Like we were at a game store earlier today, and while we were there, we were hanging out at the store, everything's totally normal, and then at the end, the dude just casually asked us, like, where are you from? Because clearly we're not from here. And we said the United States. He just kind of like, he was short-circuited a little bit, and he's like, he couldn't believe it. So he's just like, oh, here, let me give you some stuff. And he just gave us these like promotional fans from, what was it, Assassin's Creed?
Shadows, yeah.
Yeah.
They've been very useful.
Yeah, they actually, we don't have monos at the moment, but they're actually very nice. And it's, if you are American, you might want to consider, like, if you ever do first of all, Americans don't even go to Hong Kong that much, but Hong Kong's great, you should go there. But if you do go to Hong Kong, dude, take the boat over to Macau. He just saw something. Anyway, take the boat to Macau. It's like 25 bucks. If you have the passport, you obviously do because you got into Hong Kong. Come to Macau. Don't let the whole like Portuguese thing, if you don't speak Portuguese, throw you off. Because I don't speak Portuguese. I know like 2 words. It hasn't mattered in the slightest. In fact, I would argue, both here and in Hong Kong, I've had way more confidence just walking up and speaking English than Japan by far. In Japan, I always kind of try a little Japanese. Here, it's totally unnecessary to be able to speak Cantonese. It has not come up, except for our taxi driver today. That was about it. Any thoughts on such things?
Not really. Just going with the flow.
Do you agree with my assessment, I guess?
I feel special here, okay?
Okay, he feels special. Actually, he not so passive aggressively when we were in the hotel. He's like, man, I've always wanted to be the only white guy walking around Asia while standing next to me. I'm like, oh, I take the hint. All right, you want me to leave? Got it.
Good morning. It's day, I don't know. We're still in Macau. We are now back. We're going to take the boat over to Hong Kong. So we're at the pier, and we spent most of what was remaining of our cash on our breakfast this morning, which I just skipped because it was the same fado buffet thing. So I have 70 patakas left, which is not a lot. That's like $8, $9, and I'm gonna see if I can find anything to spend it on, because apparently when you get it over to Hong Kong, it's not reversible. Like, you can use Hong Kong dollars here, they'll take it, but Hong Kong will not take patakas, so it's basically useless outside of here. So buy some snacks or something. Not a lot of choices over here, so I went here. I didn't get any food though. I got a coffee, some sort of coconut latte, and that got rid of 34 out of the 70 remaining patakas that I had, which is, I don't know, like $2-3 bucks. Okie dokie, so we finished spending the rest of our money. I got another coffee. It was a canned coffee, as well as like a coconut juice, and he got some, whatever he got, like gummy candies or something. And so we've actually now left Macau. Legally speaking, we did the exit customs process where they double check your passport. Basically just like, okay, the American left, good for us. And now we're just waiting here at the boat. And we got a nice view of other casinos we never saw. Alright, we have successfully landed in Hong Kong via the boat. We now have to go through arrival customs and all that fun stuff. As a reminder, even though Macau and Hong Kong are both part of China, they are special administrative regions because of their colonial history, and therefore they effectively function like different countries in a lot of different ways, including immigration. This also applies if you were to go to mainland China, which we did not do. Alright, we cleared customs. Homie over there is going to go look for snackables before we head on to the next
destination. Pro tip, by the way, if you are going to Macau or Hong Kong or between the two, you don't have to take the ferry. You can actually take the fancy bish chopper. How much does that cost?
$500 one way.
US, not Hong Kong, US. Whereas the ferry is 25 bucks, and that includes your exit tax. I would say just do that. So he wanted to get food. This is what he chose on the just before we go back to the US. He wants the Colonel. All right, here's what he got. He got a pastel de nata, not in Macau, back in Hong Kong.
Yeah, KFC offers this somehow.
For some reason. Now, to be fair, KFC is crazy, stupid popular in China, at least mainland China, so it's cool. And you got a burger, a chicken leg, a pastel de nata. What's that?
Cajun fries.
And those?
I honestly don't even know what these are.
I think mashed potatoes was on your receipt.
Yeah, mashed potatoes is one of them, and then there's like a curry dip.
Okay. And then you got a Pepsi.
Yes.
And all of this was like $8.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not eat this. I'm gonna go find something else. It doesn't take you real long to realize you're back in Hong Kong, former British colony, because like here's a Marks and Spencer's. All the British people know what that is, the grocery store. And inside, mostly my people, white people. Well, that was an unexpected name of a store. I came to this place called like MX. It's in the mall. It's next to a McDonald's. But hey, it's unique. Yeah, I just came out of there. We'll see how this goes. Well, there's what I got. Some sort of soup of the day that it came with. I ordered the fried chicken, and that's my drink, which is some sort of lemon tea thing. How's your KFC experience going?
It was all right. Egg tart was pretty good, or pastel de nata. The chicken sandwich was a little pink, so yeah.
So KFC did not deliver a quality experience.
Yeah, gee, shocker.
Similar to McDonald's, all right.
Yeah, gee, shocker.
My chicken actually wasn't bad. Wasn't great, wasn't bad. The soup, though, oddly pretty good. So we're spending one additional night in Hong Kong before we go on our flights tomorrow. And they have Baby Shark. And I wanted to show it to you because I'm hip to what the kids do. Based Fortnite. Scope out our view from the airport hotel. The airport's like right over there. We're basically just here so that we can make our early morning flights. But yeah, what the hell? Enjoy the view. Good morning, it's Dave. Who has any idea? We are back at HKG, Hong Kong's airport, and we are heading out. Bro, what did you think of this trip?
I honestly didn't know what to expect originally, but I had a great time here and in Macau, and I would definitely come back.
Very concise and completely accurate. I kind of underestimated how cool Hong Kong and Macau would be. I think everybody should come out here and enjoy it while you still can. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, now we're going to go catch our flights. This is the end of you because we're taking different airlines, so you won't see him again unless we get stuck or some weird thing happens. Anyway, go away. Go.
Okay,
off with you. Later, dork. All right, so they kind of do this like the Europeans. So we're in Terminal 1, and we have to basically look for our flight, which I see mine, and then I have to figure out which aisle to go to and which gate from there. They do tell you the gate in advance, but I have to go to the G section and check in with United. All right, I have just completed, basically, you go through security. So I didn't film any of this. The security process, you basically, first you scan your passport, because Hong Kong can't possibly have a domestic flight. There's only option is to leave Hong Kong. And then you scan your boarding pass, then you go through, then you do like security where they check all your bags, all that kind of thing. Nothing happened there. Then you do exit customs where once again your passport is checked, but this time by a human being. And now we are here outside of Hong Kong legally, I guess. By the way, there's nothing else to do out here by the airport. The only other thing in this region is Disneyland, which we didn't do, which is why not much happened yesterday. Anyway, I'm going to go over to my gate and wait. There is a United Club here, but sadly, it is closed currently. Yeah, HKG is very much a mall airport. It's a certain vibe, you know? Just chilling now at the gate. It's a beautiful day out. It's a shame I'll miss it. I just got upgraded to Polaris. Victory.
In a minute since I've been on a first class flight, you get the little free pouch thing full of toiletries, socks, toothbrushes, that kind of stuff. Blankets, we got 2 different kinds, pillows, and of course this turns into a bed. You get that. There's also a menu that you get from meal services and stuff like that, and you can pick the items you want. It's going to be a fun 13 hours. I forgot, you also get slippers, which that just slipped off. Ha 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 ha. Alright, so the menu options, we got appetizers, it's got some tuna and ricotta and a salad. Obviously I can only read the English part of this. The entree, we have to make a choice. We've got the beef sirloin, the chicken breast, the herb crusted halibut, or the seared gnocchi. And then we have the ice cream options for dessert. Well, also dessert plate in general. Yes, I think I'm going with the beef sirloin. Oh, and during that they have snacks and things, and then before arrival there's breakfast options as well.
I'm officially back in the U.S. I'm in Los Angeles. I'm at LAX. Flight was good. Had a lot of great food. I have to clear U.S. Customs now. No big deal. Then catch my connection. Let's see. We had some sort of salmon thing. We had a steak thing, and then eventually we had breakfast, which was some sort of chocolate bread thing. I don't know. It was all good. Just cleared customs, no biggie. I have global entry. Now we have the fun part. I've actually never done an international transfer at LAX, and apparently it's a nightmare. So I'm in the international terminal, and I have to make my way over to Terminal 7. Keep in mind, I did not check a bag, but if you ever enter the U.S. internationally on a transfer, you have to pick up your bag and recheck it in and go through security again. Like, look at this. I legit have to walk outside. There are shuttles, to be fair, but this is like an old design that was not prepared for how big of an airport it would become. So famously, this is one of the reasons that selecting a uniform airline tends to matter. Although in this case, because it's an international arrival, it doesn't help you much. At long last, salvation. Alright, I am through security. They had to scope out the Sega Pluto because I guess LAX now decides that all computers have to come out again. They consider it a computer. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm going to Club Lounge. Man, Club Lounge doing it better here. We got home fries. We got a breakfast burrito, sausage links. This is better than the usual breakfast spread.
Preventing others from getting to their seats. Just step into your row once you've found your seat. Thank you.
All right, I am officially home. I'm in Chicago. It's been a long day, but I gotta say I really enjoyed my trip out to Hong Kong and Macau. It was interesting to really actually see that whole one China, two systems thing, which really is more like one China, four systems with Taiwan, Macau, Hong Kong, and of course CCP. Anywho, I do recommend it for my fellow Americans who don't really seem to go there much. But yeah, now I'm gonna go home and go to sleep. So in the meantime, if you guys can do me a favor, please like this video, comment down below, subscribe if you've never done it before, check out all the social media stuff in the description, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, Spreadshirt, etc. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much, and huge shout out to Megalink for being my boy on this trip. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all later.